Hey YouTube, it's me back again. I fixed up that little faux pas I made in the last video, so I'm going to speed through this first section to where I finished off on the last video. So off I go. Well, it's only taken me the best part of a day to get back to the same place I was yesterday. I had a number of issues. The first being that the power kept on tripping out because these guys were leaking, and they basically were snapping down below here. Water was pissing out, getting into the contact here, which then was causing the VFD to trip out, and then that basically caused dramas with the contact. One of the pins looks like it's a little bit on the black side as a result. So what I've had to do is, because the electronics store is not open today, I've just basically bypassed these two guys, and it seems to be working fine now. It's stopped tripping out and allowing me to get on with it, but it wasn't without hassles, and I probably should have fixed that in the first place and I wouldn't have had that problem to begin with. So just checking my code, I'm at 1mm, so it's retracted to the right spot, so when it comes across here to do the next hole, it shouldn't plough into the material like it did yesterday. Took way longer than expected, but reasonably happy with the results. So let's take it off the board and see how it matches up to the other part. Here is the before and the after. As you can see, this is the part I removed as per the other video, and these are the machine down the surface in order to give myself another 5mm of movement this way, so that when it sits in here, hoping it sits in there, does rather tightly. The fit is quite tight. May have to run a file down the edge of one of these guys. It's only ever so slightly tight, but it's a good fit. It's better than being loose. So as you can see, they protrude through from this side, which allows the motor to sit further up, and therefore the shaft basically has more of the pulley sits on the shaft. Here's the new bracket fitted. As you can see, it sits up another 5mm. Finish on this is extremely smooth, which is good. I was a bit concerned about that. And when you put the top plate on, it brings the motor through a little bit further, meaning that the pulley can sit down a little bit further. And here's the bracket in place. Nice tight fit. And this is what it looked like, all fitted up. This pulley doesn't need to sit out quite as far now that I've brought the motor further through. There'll be a plate that goes around these through those three. There'll be a piece that comes through this direction, which will bolt to the bottom plate, and there'll be two pieces here that come down, which will also bolt to the plate as well. These three will be what the plate sits on, so they don't crush the nylon pulleys.